Superstitions can mess with your head, even if you don't believe in them. Superstitions date back to pagan times and in some form remain even today. Think about the last time you said touch wood or avoided going under that ladder. Think about how much you'd freak out if you broke a mirror. Friday the 13th has long been associated in Western superstition as being unlucky. It refers to the 13th day of the month falling on a Friday, and well, that's today. Some people have a fear of the number 13, and that's called triskaidekaphobia. Fear of Friday the 13th is, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. But what are the origins of Friday the 13th? Some say that the real Friday the 13th is the one that happens in October. The suggested origin of this is that in 1307, when King Philip IV arrested hundreds of the Knights Templar. Although members of the Knights Templar were arrested on Friday the 13th, this isn't necessarily where the superstition began. They were a religious order who defended the Kingdom of Jerusalem and protected Christian pilgrims. Christians donated money and land to the order, which made the Knights powerful financiers. King Philip, running low on funds, went after the Knights, accusing them of heresy, which was a standard accusation in the 14th century against your political enemies. The king arrested the Knights for heresy, and the Pope then disbanded the order because the whole mess had defiled their name. The origin likely dates back to biblical times, in the Middle Ages, around Jesus and the Last Supper. 13 guests attended the Last Supper, which was held on Maundy Thursday, and the next day, Jesus was crucified, on what is now known as Good Friday. The seating arrangement at the Last Supper has led to superstition around the number of guests at a table. It is believed that having 13 guests is a bad omen. It has also been postulated that it was the Code of Hammurabi, which was one of the earliest and complete written legal codes from 1792 to 1750 BC. The Code of Hammurabi apparently omitted a 13th law from its legal set of rules, which was most probably just a clerical error. Some have long pointed to this as proof of the negative correlations associated with the number 13, giving rise to the superstition. Some believe that it wasn't until 1907, when the novel Friday the 13th was published, that this legend was born. The novel told a story of a New York stockbroker who played on the superstition of Friday the 13th to cause chaos on Wall Street. A number of traumatic events have happened on Friday the 13th in recent times, including a cyclone in Bangladesh killing over 300,000 people in 1970, the disappearance of a Chilean Air Force plane over the Andes in 1972, the death of Tupac Shakur in 1996, although we know he's not really dead, and the crash of the Costa Concordia in 2012, killing over 30 people. There are actually countless theories as to why people fear this day, but just throw some salt over your shoulder, avoid ladders, black cats, and people in goalie masks, find an Irish person to hang out with, and you'll be just fine.